One of the closest friendships I ever built was with a guy who I didn't really talk to until about a year ago. And this is how we got closer than ever in just a year. So there's this guy, let's call him Noah, that I'd known for a while, probably since fourth grade, but I hadn't really talked to him or gotten close to him up until junior year. And then about a week ago, we sent him off to college. And I don't know when I'll see him again because his parents are moving as well. So this was a heartbreaking event, right? We're crying, just feeling awful because we had such a close connection. On one hand, yes, it's awful that we have to say goodbye to him and it sucks. But on the other hand, I'm so grateful to have a relationship that was that strong. And this video will walk you through how you can strengthen your relationships to have something like I had with Noah. The best way to create stronger friendships is by hanging out and organizing events in really close-knit settings. This could look like a lot of things, right? Dinners, maybe little fires, or going kayaking, just little small events where it's just you and maybe two or three other guys and you can really just be close and talk. The key though here is that you need to be the one to initiate these and invite and set it up, or at least be the one to propose the idea and try to organize these smaller events. I'll give you some more examples of things you can invite to and things that I did that worked really well. So I mentioned dinners. I work at a restaurant called Kitchen Social, and one of the benefits there is that I can take up to 3 other people, so 4 total, and get a little discount on our food. So I use that a lot to just be like, hey, does anyone want to go to dinner tonight? And I would get yeses because it's cheap. They get half off. And it was awesome because it's it's just 4 of us eating together and having a nice conversation. So that the dinners is definitely like one that I would recommend, right? Especially like it needs to be a closer, like more intimate setting. Think of places you would go on like dates, so dinners would be one of them. Another side point with dinners is I invited more guys. I think there was 9 or 10 of us to another like more fancier dinner as a birthday present to me. Thankful for the opportunity to do that from my parents because they paid for it. But while it was nice and we had everyone together, I didn't think it really was as effective as the smaller dinners for like growing our current relationships. Like, yeah, it was fun and it was a really nice event, but it just didn't feel like it grew the relationships as much as these small dinners. So I would limit dinners, well, most of the events in here I would limit to like 2 or 3 other people, just to keep it more tight and more close knit, so you can really grow with the people around you. Another thing is that we talked about was fire. So hosting a fire, this is one where you can get away with more people because it's just more, it just feels like more tight knit and more like intimate of a setting. I hosted a fire, like a cookout and a fire, which was nice. Because I don't know, that one really brought people together, but it was slightly bigger of a group. I think that was similar, like 7 guys, and that was really nice. Another thing that you can invite to is fishing. So I fished a lot last year with a guy named Kyle, and that brought us a lot closer. It was really nice to it's also outside, which is good for like, I don't know, being outside, whatever being outside is good for. But I fished a lot with him last year, and it brought us a lot closer because it was just me and him out there for like hours, and fishing's not like, there's not like a whole lot to talk about just the fishing, so you could talk about whatever you wanted. I also fished, this is one where you can invite 1 or probably 2 people max, just because more it's just like gets chaotic, especially then sometimes like one person won't want to be there and it just gets really annoying really fast. So invite just 1 or 2 people and really try and connect with them. If your friends are into music like my friends are, try to set up like a little music night. This is something we were talking about. We haven't actually done it, but this is something my friends were talking about, and I thought this would be amazing. I play the guitar. One of my other friends plays guitar. and then a third friend, she plays the piano. So that would have been really nice to all go over there and just play a little music together, a little karaoke. That would have really brought us together and bonded us, because music is one of those things where, or at least playing music is one of those things where I feel like it really merges people together, and is a very close-knit thing. If I'm playing right here and you're sitting right here, like, just feels bonding. If you're into fitness, which you probably are if you're watching this video, invite a guy or two to go run with you. Right? This is awesome because, especially on like longer runs, you're out there for an hour, sometimes more. And what are you going to talk about? Like every step? No, you just talk about whatever's on your mind. This is another event where you're doing something and all you have to do, or it's not like awkward to talk to them because you're still running. So it's not the main focus, but it's still there and it's very close. You can talk and grow your connection while you're running. There are so many examples of events like these that you can invite your friends to that are close-knit and tight and relationship growing. The key here is to find events that you and your friends like that are close-knit, and then being the one to invite them and try and set things up. All right, so now we have this event with all our friends, or just a few of our friends that we want to get closer with. Now, what do we do when we're in this hangouts? What do we talk about, and how do we really grow our personal connection with them? I'll talk about that in a second. But if you're interested in like a step-by-step course that goes really in depth and in detail and step-by-step, I'm making a course right now about how to grow your social life while building an aesthetic body. And that can be found in the first link of the description of this video. Now we're in this hangout, this tight-knit event. How do we really grow this bond and this connection? The key here is to open up and tell them about your feelings and what you're going through and everything you're thinking, right? You can't expect the guys around you to open up and really be vulnerable if you're not willing to open up yourself. And I'm not saying to do this with the guy you met 2 nights ago. No, you gotta like ease them into it. But for those ones, just ask questions about them and actually care, right? Be curious and genuine, and just try and see what they're going through, and open up as much as you can without it being weird. But for guys that you've known for a while, right, the key here to growing this relationship is to open up and really be vulnerable, right? Tell them what you're going through, tell them how you're feeling. One of my friends has a hot tub, and in the winter months, he would invite like two or three guys over, right? So a close-knit setting, we're just sitting in this hot tub, and we would just talk about like our deepest thoughts and feelings and what we were going through and how we were thinking. We had a name for them. We called them Tub Talks, and they were awesome. That was another thing that really, I think, grew the friendships and the bonds of everyone that would go to them. And that's how you make more personal, deeper connections, right? Find activities that are close-knit and small that your friends like and that you can invite them to. And open up, be vulnerable, talk to them about how you're feeling, and be a listener. Care about what they have to say. Ask questions, be curious about their life. And you will make more personal, deeper connections.